The sands in Portimão, Portugal, hosting the World Beach Ultimate Club Championships 2024, the first ever at the club world level. Myself, Hannah Pendlebury, alongside a Stefan Rapazzo that might soon transform into a Sarah Sparks, bringing you action from the women's division, and it is going to be a heck of a matchup. We are into pre-quarter-finals. It's Jetset LUV of Belgium versus Hot Mess Express from Switzerland. Steph, tell us about the journey these two teams have had.
Well, I am very much preparing to have my human morphing into Sarah Sparks as she gets here, but these two have worked their way through the competition. Jetset LUV have been awesome. 7-1, absolutely smashing things along the way. Hot Mess Express, the Burners, 5-3, a little bit of a tougher path, but they're sharpening up as the competition gets deeper. And they are ready to rock and roll against Jetset here, hoping they can swing upwards.
Indeed. Well, one of the players to watch for Jetset is Katarina Meisel. Jetset do have that together vibe that we see out of so many Belgian women's programs, but just having a pretty hot day today. Katarina Meisel, of course, originally an Austrian national. It's big thrower with the disc, has got lots of experience coming from Yaka in recent years on the grass. But Jetset LUV really just having a great performance across the board. A couple of hot spots at the top. Of course, look out for Maïwen Leduc as well. Huge receiver, perfect beach physique. But on the Hot Mess Express side of things, Hannah Legenhager is not only a leader on the stats board, but also in terms of the spirit of this Swiss team.
Yeah, Hannah Legenhager, just the central handler, gets behind the offense completely. A great voice for the team. She's got some incredible sunflower and sun tattoos on either shoulder as well that just makes her even cooler. But beyond her level of coolness, an incredible distributor. Really a big heartbeat of the team, and the team with what I might say has the best name in the competition, Hot Mess Express. It just rolls off the tongue, and yeah, I love the name.
Well, I mean, love the name of the other side. Jetset LUV, of course, largely from Leuven. But yeah, Hot Mess Express are a relatively new outfit for the women's scene in Europe. I think this is their second or third year. So talk about getting big game and big tournament experience for your money. Certainly a one to watch for the future. They don't really get too much opportunity to play on sand and play together on this surface, but of course Jetset LUV, as you see in the camera view there, have a certain coaching presence alongside them, Steph.
Ine Lankrit, one of my all-time favorites. Had the pleasure of working with her myself, but she is really, every team she works with now, she just gets them going. You saw what she did with Moon Cup over at EUCF. You saw what she did with the Tokai Super Team in at Windmill. And beyond all that, what she puts into Ultimate, the youth program in Ghent, Ine, an absolute boss, and she's going to be ready to boss that sideline throughout this game. And
she's also, I know for sure, not looking forward to playing against the Torrijas, who are safely on the other side of the bracket. Because, of course, Ine Lankrit has been teaching many of those athletes how to play since they first entered the sport. But it's going to be Jetset LUV starting on offense. The stronger record here. How quickly can they dispatch their opponents? Inside throw through. Nice and easy. Nice. Man on coin now. Pops that one through. Oh, lovely. Just flowing across the sands. A little bit of air underneath it, but a stumble from the matchup. Cannot do anything about it. Nice goal for the Ketelara to open up the stanza here.
Yes, Hattie, welcome everybody. Sorry, I was a little bit late.
I did say that Steph was going to transform into Sarah Sparks. A superior colour analyst. Well, we'll let the live chat decide.
No pressure there, Hattie. Thank you very much for setting me up. Yeah, great point there from Jetset. Very smooth offense. Probably already mentioned having quite an easy route at the moment in pool. Their previous pool, having 4 wins and no losses in their power pool. So Jetset looking to be the favourites of this match.
Well, having just come in from a further field, Sarah, how is the conditions underfoot and with this win? Because you've basically just run directly through it.
I did just run. It was okay. It felt actually really nice to run in. It's not too hot, especially we're getting towards the end of the day, of course. And the wind, I don't think is quite as strong as it was about 2 hours ago, but you can see on the screens that the flags are definitely flapping, so there is significant wind to bear in mind as, oh, that just pops up and a lot of contact.
Yeah, I think the Duke probably could have taken that out of the air more cleanly. A lot of vector of motion coming forward, but you get a pack of players, bit of a hospital pass.
I fair enough. I was like attempting to grab this, and then you kind of pushed me, so I would say out because you left me something. I guess.
You can see a replay.
So see it here on the replay, this bobbles up. And
it's the lean, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could just go straight up and just swap your hand around, still making a play on the disc, and probably the outcome is the same, but a contested foul goes back into the hands of the thrower. But that was indeed a little bit of a hot mess in this opening possession for the Swiss side. Nice easy open on the reset through, thanks to the grind, now upfield. Dus pops that round, requires the layout. Getting nice and sandy to start things off for Mühlebach. Flat one again, asking each other to lay out repeated. Now it's Steger. Now, oh my goodness, Walla took hungry for blocks, taking on the tall-on-tall girl matchup. Because, of course, Cynthia Dus is a very big athlete. But things starting to slow down now as we get towards the end zone. Lefty flick. Of course, watch out for that thrower. Mühlebach adding that extra little bit of specialty. And that's a great grab under duress for the Duke. What a way to hold on for Mühlebach.
What a toe in there for Mühlebach. And I have to say, Hanny, that offense just really struggling against the defensive pressure there from Jetset. Le Duc on the shoulder of every single pass. Just remember her fantastic game against Groot with that huge layout, Callahan. But she is going to be one to watch on defense. But a lot of these discs having to be bailed out with these kind of low pickup layouts, these swooping grabs in the air. It's just not really what you want on your first offensive point.
Yeah, because that is obviously great to see you able to bring that fire and make those clutch grabs. It's going to inspire your teammates to greatness. You've got a big set of fans right next to that sideline trying to get things all excitable, but sometimes that can be a bit too much and it can drain the energy. We mentioned the fact that it's quite nice in this stage of the day. The heat has dissipated as that pull goes completely out of bounds, and that is going to be a very short field gift for Jetset. Nice signaling on the sideline from Anna Debana. But it will start to eat away at the legs later on. Of course, these teams have already played today. And this about seeing who will advance into the championship bracket. Nice around. Oh, what a way to hold on for Silke de la Fortry. Some of these passes for Jetset leaving a tiny bit to be desired, but they aren't having to lay out quite so much. Nice reaching grab for Coyne. Chambly with an around backhand break, but there's a little look over the shoulder for Charlotte Petos, thinking, surely that's not for me.
Yeah, that was just a little bit of an overthrow, and as you can see here on the screen, we've got a bit of a crosswind going there, so these discs that are curving around to the left-hand side of the screen, they are going to get pushed down very quickly. So a lot of sideline cheering here for Hot Mess. Let's see if they can use it to convert, as that disc goes deep, but not red. Very well.
Well,
and scooped up by Jetset.
I was going to say, very well read by Saskia Chambly.
Yeah.
But that one, again, it's an overthrow for Jetset, going against this crosswind. And that is a heck of a put against the breeze. Can it hang? No. Just goes too far.
Depth perception failed me there. Might fail you on the screen as well. I thought it was on target, but actually quite far away towards the Euro disc sense, as the walk to the disc seems to be trudging a bit slowly. You can see that the players are really taking their time to get set up.
Well, why not? I mean, this is Jetset's D line. Oh no, Telekit back is their O line. So maybe looking to conserve energy then. Inside shot. Oh my goodness. Well, a game of pinball for 2.
Yeah, Delaforte can't make that one right. I thought that the catch in the first part of the point was absolutely amazing, but that one just bobbling up and not enough spin on the disc.
Are we going to get an inside shot up line? Yep. Legenhager, of course, always there, lurking, and shoots to a completely free player in the end zone.
Yeah, you can see that there was miscommunication there from Jetset. You saw Delaforte turn around after the point was scored, like, who was meant to have that person? So great, a break for Hot Mess, starting the game now a bit stronger with their D-line. As we see here on the replay, just an upline cut and completely blown coverage there.
Well, Legenhager, of course, leading the stats board for Hot Mess Express, and pretty heavy numbers on the overall for the tournament. But Katrin Vendrich finding exactly the right space. And 180 centimeters tall, that's a good target to have with freedom in the end zone. It's usually a stat we're used to seeing about male matching players being 180 centimeters tall, but both of these teams have a lot of height to use and abuse.
Not sure if you can hear that on the microphone, but the wind really has picked up in the last 10 minutes.
Indeed, it started off completely statue still this morning, but that is just a swing and a miss. Esther van Wyk unable to just claw that one back in. So another short field, Polmeyer to pick up. Trying to go for Deuce, an early bid from Leduc, and that looked pretty good to me, but the injury is called, so Leduc will have to take the substitution.
Just giving them a little rub of the head, but I think she's okay. Just probably needs a few seconds just to regain a bit of pace. Yeah, also I think might have been a knee to the head possibly after she got up, so just needs to recuperate there on the sideline.
Well, hopefully she'll be okay. It's obviously a big part of this Jetset LUV success. This one secured by Van Wyk. Now through. Floor van Damme. Faking that backhand around. They need some kind of option soon. Meisel going up line, but surely, yep, just to chuck it and see. Stall out is called.
There's also been a collision a bit further down the pitch. Not sure. I think they're going to just decline it. I think it didn't have any effect on the throw. And as you say, Hanny, that last throw was a complete bailout. Stall 9. You saw it actually hung in the air. Kind of got stuck in this swirling crosswind and came back on itself. So Jetset just really struggling now to get a bit of momentum. Oh, that was close.
Interrupt us. Well, pick call. We'll give that one a moment of pause and might come back. Deuce had really run down to the underneath space very hard and caught some traffic on her way through.
Just looking right now to see whether this is going to be going back.
It will indeed. Well, you get your question answered immediately there, Sarah.
It's like the Frisbee gods downstairs knew exactly what I was thinking.
Frisbee gods, what a way to refer to our amazing production crew. Squeezing that around towards the sideline. Dawes looking for a bit of point and shoot. Another high stall release, but that one seems much more secure than Jetset's. A nice throw from the knees. Now that's the classic on your sand bingo card. Hostetler Now give it some throw and go. Oh, but that one's a bit too big, and it is a smackdown for Van Wijk. Jetset taking the time to go through, but great recovery and reaction from Kati Meisel. You can tell she trains her juggling in the off-season. Literally, she does. I've seen it. Nice pick up from Van Wijk. Meisel. Beautiful connection with Van Wijk, and now a great gainer for Dayan. A little leap from Van Damme. Well, this has taken so many passes at this point. Meisel finds the option and sends it into the bank. Charlotte van Heerden.
So you saw there from Jetset as this point got longer and longer and longer. Actually, their offense started to improve the moment they started to stop jamming it down the sideline, to really take their time, a breath, swing the disc across the field. This last possession was so much better, as you see the slap down there from Van Wijk. And we see a timeout being called on the pitch. So we will be taking a short break. Don't go anywhere.
Women's pre-quarterfinals here at the World Beach Ultimate Club Championships 2024, and we have a hot mess express underneath Jetset LUV at the moment. Although hot mess, one breakup. Jetset struggling a little bit with their offense. That last one, I mean, I've got a stat of it taking 10 passes, Sarah, but it felt a lot more than that.
Yeah, there's just, you could just see from both offenses, sometimes they're really struggling to find some flow. I noticed also from both sides, really, a few double cuts, people cutting each other off, especially when the stall count starts to get high. So that last possession in the last point from Jetset looked a lot cleaner. Let's see if their D-line can work out as that pool really basically tells you how windy it currently is.
It certainly does, Sarah. It does land in bounds, so at least they'll be pinned to the sideline. But we have seen so many of these poles go out of the pitch, and it really is such a gift because it shortens the field considerably. Nice bit of handler domination now, just emerging from the stack. Knee slide. Well, not much of a slide, just hit the knees in the sand from Legerhager. Stefan pops it back. Oh, love that high release backhand. Now the lefty, Mühlebach. Wonder if she might get something a little bit more creative. No, just the lead pass through for Legerhager. And again, this high release backhand, but it whiffs past the intended target.
Oh, such a shame, because that was really nice offense there from Hot Mess, and it was just that last pass took the disc away. And a really nice bit for Legerhager, but wasn't able to keep it in, just a bit too far.
And of course, this is one of our more. Oh, sorry, I'm going to pause that thought, because that got a little bit spicy, didn't it? Silke de la Fortry being completely overthrown, and we're back to a goal line possession for Hot Mess. Mühlebach, lefty backhand. Oh, but the bid knocks it out of her own contention. So Jetset now back on the chase, going for the reset, run and gun. No block on the swipe, but that one is no connection upfield. Coin going to the sand. Oh, but what a beautiful throw. The bid, though. I can't help but think, Sarah, if it'd just been running, that might have worked.
Oh, I think they're giving it their all, to be fair. And there was, once again, another great bid for Legerhager, and it was just out of reach. It's so hard to get any kind of trajectory off this sand, especially when you're tired.
Well, the wind, despite the noise in our pitch mic, is dropping down at points, but it is so changeable. She's making these throws even more challenging. That's why I think we're seeing so many go to ground. Deketa Lara unable to clutch that one.
This is a real slog. You really see that they are trying to give it everything, but you're noticing this is the Thursday of a World Championship. You've really given everything in that game, and you see that one once again. Just a little bit of a lack of thought with the throw.
Well, I think there might have been a available reset considering the apology from Legerhager to Mühlebach. Well, Jetset are going to go for yardage. It fades and it falls. No one backing that cut up. You kind of think that maybe someone could have supported on that downwind side.
I think if especially you're going to start to go to that mentality of let's try and get it as far away as possible and try and get a D on the end zone line. But I feel like in a way, Hot Mess have been better working it deep, and as I say that, they throw it away. Commentators curse.
I mean, that wasn't a deep shot, Sarah. You're all right.
Okay, fair enough.
But it was a valid one. That one couldn't be chased down. No, just gets eaten up by the sand monster trying to recover and get the second effort. Wow. Well, we're getting lots of spills and less thrills so far in this point. Of course, that previous one with 2 turnovers each went just to the hold to Jetset. But I feel like Hot Mess are kind of loving the vibe. Seems to play into their favor, and we are indeed getting a little bit of Huck and D.
I mean, it works in Hot Mess's favor. They're the underdogs. And they can afford to really just kind of really rattle Jetset. They're coming in here as the favorites. So anything to kind of force them out of their comfort zone, you can tell that they're really kind of struggling on their normal offense.
Well, it was Jetset who took the timeout. Of course, 1 per team per game. They may regret that as the game develops, but of course, if they can clean things up and show us their fortitude, it may be a very different story. High stall, but Coin left in no mark territory. Oh, what a fabulous layout lefty grab for Manon Coin.
Really Hot Mess Summer here on the end zone, really forcing Jetset to go backwards, giving absolutely everything. You saw some blow miscommunication in the end zone, but they were still managing to pick it up. Great work there. Oh, so close, just manages to tow it in. Number 8,
Deketa
Lara messed that up, sorry. My apologies, but really, that was tight defense there from Hot Mess.
Absolutely. I mean, all up in the bread box of the intended target. You can't ask for more effort than that. But Jetset break back against Hot Mess Express. We are back on serve. Of course, Jetset do have the advantage from winning the flip. If this one's a pure trade affair, then it will be the favored outfit going into the quarterfinals. Of course, as we already mentioned, the team records, there's only been 1 loss for Jetset Love. In fact, there is not a single women's team here, Sarah, that has been undefeated as yet. It was this 9-6 loss to Lamp, and I do believe it was a massive run of scores because Jetset Love was 6 points up.
Yeah, I've seen some crazy results in the women's division. I saw, for example, in one of the power pools that every team had 2 wins and 2 losses, and everything went down basically to score difference. There is just no favorite here. It's anyone's game.
Well, that is a great layout. Full stretch for Müller. Some fresh legs coming on for the Swiss. Nice high one for Sorinas. She's going to launch it. It's a little bit loopy, but it's going to work to the back line. And a nice find for Hot Mess Express. 3 players in the same pocket and no defenders getting in the way.
No, Hot Mess having probably one of the cleanest offenses we've seen all game. Prepared to also go for that deep shot. Here we're going to see the fantastic catch from Müller. Also does really well to keep the arms in bounds. And sometimes these slightly riskier throws, you see that you've actually got 3 players in the vicinity, so got to take those options. And we can hear now a big sideline coming in to support the women. as they grit it out in this pre-quarter. A big cuddle there from Hot Mess on sideline.
I'll be honest, Sarah. I'm quite disappointed that these Swiss gents that have just turned up haven't gone and sat in the stands. It's a wonderful evening, nice and warm, but we're well out of the burn window for the day. 5 o'clock local time just gone. Of course, we have a little bit of a Swiss contingent going on, not really always known for their success on sand, but there's a heckin' whole lot of them. There's an entire 8 teams here from the Swiss nation swarming around. But that's a great pull, very difficult to see in the sun, but taken aggressively by Peters. Bit too much touch on that to Silke de la Fortry, but she reads it well. Now guns it up line. Manon Coyne. That one a touch low, but again fine. Oh my goodness, that one just about scooped off. Peters. Inside throw. Wow, Silke de la Fortry. I'm surprised not to see a pit call there, Sarah, because she was in open space.
Yeah, there was absolutely open wide. And with somebody with the expertise of Charlotte Peters, that's going to go all day, every day. They've been playing together for many, many years on this Jetset team. We'll see much better flow from Jetset at this point. Bit of a scoop off from the floor, but a clean offense, which is much needed.
I believe you mispronounced it, Sarah. It's not all day, every day. It's all day, day.
Day.
But Peters, of course, with lots of big game experience. Many of this Jetset Love roster have represented the Belgian nation for their national sides, and Peters is no exception to that.
I was even going to say Manon Coyne, I'm pretty sure, is French and has also represented the French national team.
That is very true, Sarah. Nothing gets past you, my friend, but of course this is club, and some of those rostering rules are wide open depending on your location and your federation's rules on such matters. Stefan working alongside Legenhager. Doesn't like the look of that one, fakes it off. Has the replacement and the stumble for Serenas, but she does hold on. Now it's Linda Stefan just looking for an option. Nice to see Maïwen Leduc back on the pitch, taking that matchup for Legenhager. Nice muting of that weapon, and that's a great defensive effort. Katarina Meiser with the block and picking it almost up immediately. Verdeyen, oh, that one just too low to be collected by Van Heerjeven. Legenhager surely thinking about an inside backhand break, but that's a big force to pop it around. Has the nice silky smooth moves though. What a great find. Jennifer Serenas punching it in. And there were 2 options for that throw, Sarah.
Yeah, totally open there. And you also saw that Jetset in that point taking on a different defense, going flat force, sagging in the lane, really trying to prevent that deep throw. And I do think it actually stifled Hot Mess Express for the first few points. You saw there was a lot of lateral movement, not really finding some continuation. But Hot Mess Express got some really, really good throwers on this team, but really prepared to break the force, take some of these options that maybe other teams would be rattled by. So I don't hate the defense from Jetset. I think it's something that they should definitely try again in the future points.
Well, and there are a couple of folks not present for this game on the Hot Mess Express side. I believe it's Rosa Hafter who is not very well, or someone on the higher number ended side of the roster. We may see that one. Talk about presence of mind. Silke de la Fortry reading the dish perfectly and getting the heck out of the way, but being left on a little bit of an island. Nice moves in the end for Peters. And of course taking the dad backhand against this strong wind. The near side of the pitch is the strong side of the pitch. It's where you can go for power position. That's a nice setup, and they are going to shoot it deep, but too much of a hustle to the near sideline closes that window of opportunity.
Yeah, bit of a tumble there as the disc went up, but as you saw, every disc that is going up is going straight into that left corner. So all these deep cuts need to be set up from the left-hand side of the field. That was just impossible to read.
Yeah, it looked like it was central field position for the deep cut and just got tempted over to the near side, which was what caused the issue. But the spill off the fingers of Dus means that there is a shortened space to go now for Jetset to try and punch in another break. Sorry, no, I take it back. I keep looking at the wrong side of my board. This is for the hold. I will get it right, folks. Peters threatening that inside channel. Oh, what a fantastic grab for Manon Coyne. Now Delafortrie. Easy break backhand. Van Damme sends it into the center pocket, and that will close off the offensive hold. De Ketelare with the goal.
Thought some really nice work there from the handlers of Jetset. Manon Coyne commanding the offense here for Jetset. Some huge grabs in this game. Straight away, as soon as she's thrown it, she's going as well. See here, huge bid. Really very, very trusty player.
Yeah, Manon Coyne, not everybody wears a cape. That's a hero, but certainly one of the heroes of that point. And we got a bit of extra factage as well. Christina Obermeier in the chat, and someone who would know that Manon Coyne is residing in Belgium, because Obermeier has recently moved over there too.
Belgium is the place to be, really, if you want to play high-level frisbee. Let's be honest. It's well, France, of course, as well, but Belgium is also. Belgium does tend to draw a lot of people from different countries. You also see people from the Netherlands going to Belgium. I'm pretty sure, wasn't Delafortrie also from Austria? You know, you've got or had time in Austria.
Mysore is definitely an Austrian. And
Yes.
Delafortrie, we'll have to check her survey, Sarah, but she's definitely represented for the Austrian nation before. I can see the kit for that wonderful forest green. Oh my goodness, that is a fantastic bit of handler defense from Maïwenn Leduc. There's going to be a pick elsewhere, but that one will surely stand.
Mühlebach with a huge grab there, and having one of the best defenders of Jetset on your tail, that is very commendable.
Violation downfield, everyone excited to get things back underway after the stoppage. But yes, my heart tells me, Sarah, that Delafortrie is a Jetset through and through. Either way, definitely someone who's inspired many of their open team to greatness. And greatness indeed last season, in particular on grass. But back to this game, that's a great find. Maïwenn Leduc just sachets away to the far side of the tape and gets the easy goal.
That was a big break there for Jetset. That was essential. This has been quite a slog of a match and very low scoring so far. And there's only 15 minutes left. Mühlebach really struggling at that point to keep on the toes of Leduc.
I was going to express some surprise, Sarah, that we're only got 15 minutes left of that game. But of course, we have had some real grudge points in the first half. The section where in 3 points alone, I'm just going to do some quick maths here, we had 20 turnovers. Ow.
Yeah, Leduc going back on the field. I think essential really to get a kill line out for Jetset. If you can get another break on the board, you're going to make it incredibly difficult for Hot Mess.
And I wonder how much impact that was of not having the defensive presence of Leduc after that injury substitution. Oh, but what a fabulous pull that is. The wind as feisty as ever. And it really does help the pressure on the backs of Hot Mess Express. Now can Jetset take flight? Oh, they find after a little bit of help defenses played the spot for Van Heerden.
Yeah, you kind of saw the Hossetler from Hot Mess Express turned around to see what was going on downfield before they had their hands around the disc. It wasn't just a moment of lapse of concentration. And just as you see here, in a way, it's kind of turned away at the last second, and that's a gift for Jetset to be that close to the end zone line. I called it. It was going to be a kill line. They get the break, and going out, we will now see the halftime, and Hot Mess Express will be going back out on offense.
Well, if my stats keeper down there, and Dmitry Doroshenko is actually very on it with our stats. We had the timed half, so actually the previous point was 6-4 to take the half, and that's actually a break coming out into the second half. It's very confusing though, because there are no stoppages really in the middle of the game. Some teams are taking sort of a time break at half, but our stats board does say that was the second half starting.
I was also going to say, I've watched a bit of Frisbee over this week, and the amount of teams who also just forget about the half is quite high.
Which is crazy, because there are volunteer scorekeepers on every single pitch.
And it's also you've got your teammates, right? And you'd also think someone's paying a bit of attention, but obviously it's very easy to lose track of time.
Indeed, but I think probably the biggest thing is that so many of the athletes out here at the World Beach Ultimate Club Championships, because of course beach is the lesser played format, indoors the least, although it's probably our favourites here in the booth, apart from the fact that we get to travel to wonderful locations like Portimão to have World Beach Championships. Oh, what a hold on for Dus. But well, I'm going to wait for this. Could be a ripper, because you can see that wind up coming for miles, but the disc goes too far.
I thought that was a good option, even though it was the execution kind of came out a bit funny. We haven't seen that many really big deep punts from Hot Mess. They need to also just keep Jetset on their toes. Yeah, you saw the wind up.
I did.
And it needs to be a bit more inside throw. Needs to have a bit more inside turn so that the wind was going to knock it flat.
But at least a receiver on the correct side of the pitch to get there. Oh, but that's a great simultaneous catch, I'm pretty sure. Van Wijk alongside. But that's a great recovery for... Is that Legenhager? It can't be, because there's no cap.
Pretty sure that was Mühlebach going for that disc. Oh, wait.
Did someone see it on the field?
Looks
okay.
like I would be interested to see.
Same time? Okay, perfect.
It looked simultaneous in live play.
Simultaneous to me.
Violation as everyone gets underway too quickly. Although, oh yes, that's Legenhager there. These Limmy Hot Mess players. I have to say, I do really like the colour choices on the kit, but the numbers themselves with their white outlines is doing no commentators any favours. But Jetset looking under pressure a little bit here. That one just wobbles into the breadbasket. Melissa Lee puts that one out on a stick. And it's the lefty backhand for Maïwen Leduc that will sink perhaps the ship of Hot Mess Express. 8-4 now, doubling up the score lines with just about 10 minutes left on the clock.
I think you've also seen similar players from Hot Mess Express going out multiple times. Obviously, if you want to get yourself back in the game, you are going to be putting your stars out like Dose, like Mühlebach, and you could start to see the fatigue setting in.
Well, it is part of the setup, I think, for this Hot Mess Express as they try and push themselves into the top set here at the World Beach Championships. But it certainly has a cost. There are two players who are healthy for Hot Mess Express who just have taken to the sidelines and know that that's their job for this particular game. But yes, to finish our earlier thought, one of the things that is catching people a bit by surprise, or just out of habit, I suppose, is the different points cap. On the beach, it's 13, and we are very used to on grass playing to 15. So I think that might be one of the reasons we're also missing some of our half times. It is crucial, though, especially for the team that do not win the flip at the start of the game. But Hot Mess looking to cling on and do it a little bit cleaner. They have a great deep shot available for Vendrich. I can't quite see her. Nice grab for Dus. Staring downfield, Hafner now. It's a bit of flow. Cynthia Dus. It's just ever so soft fake. Mühlebach now. It'd be nice to see a little bit more of a throw and go because those upline windows are very open. But high stall break around backhand nearly manages to twist the wrist around his fella, but it falls instead. Meisel opens that one up, a very soft bladey flick. And now just the grind through, uses the legs but runs out of gas for the full true hero reception. Well, there have been a lot of bids from Jetset, and I think Coin just starting to run out of energy.
I also think that was just incredible. That had a bit too much zip on it as well. I know Madden Coin has some great layouts and great checkers, but even that was a bit too far.
Well, Legerhager with an opportunity. Mühlebach just has Dus dancing. Now Fella. And at long last, Katrin Vendrich comes back under after delivering all of the deep options. But you can see Hot Mess not moving with the same pace they did at the beginning of the game. And there comes the smack from Manon Coin.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Hattie. You can really see that the legs are really on the struggle bus, giving their absolute everything. And that is a beautiful pass from Coin. Nothing that Mühlebach can do there.
Yeah, I think we're having the roof ripped off for Hot Mess Express just that little bit. For me, Sarah, it's about the ability for Jetset late stages in this game to break the mark, make the disc do the harder work. Honestly, sometimes when they're throwing to the open side, it's a bad idea because they're overshooting it.
Yeah, and obviously all these players have got years and years of experience. They're really good at breaking the fours. So actually, in a way, when you are as fatigued as you are, just having that extra step, doing the extra stretch for the break is totally worth it when you've got somebody as free as that.
Well, interrupted bookends there for Manon Coin. But great blocks, great receptions, and of course, Inel Ancrit on the sideline. I'm sure she'll be upping her charges for coaching fairly soon, all the success she's having. And she's very pleased to have Torrijas on the other side of the bracket, the other Belgian women's program here on the beach. And there is a nice coastline, part of the Belgian topography, as that one is not going to quite make it back in bounds. Very close to, but a bricked pole for Leduc. Interestingly, not able to fight against the wind. I think if that had, if our stand didn't exist over here, Sarah, that probably would have come in bounds.
Yeah, we're doing it. You can't see it, but our tent is very big, and that was a huge layout block from Leduc.
Oh my goodness, my Wen Leduc. My Wen, but now. Jetset. That one too low to be handled by Van Wyk. And now Legenhager fights that one. Great layout grab from Stefan. Waits patiently, seeks opportunity. Nice move from Serenas, and it's a clutch grab on the tape for Legenhager. Not quite the score, but a point block by Maïwen Leduc. Scenes, absolute scenes. This is the surface Leduc was born to play on, clearly. She's good on grass, but she's absolutely superb on sand. And then it's going to rip the backhand. Perfectly weighted Van Wyk, because not asleep. She's bright-eyed. And Jetset take us through to double digits.
You could just see the energy from Jetset has just come out of nowhere. Leduc making these massive plays for Jetset, really bringing them back into the game after a really slow start. That block, oh, Cameron just misses it, but it was absolutely huge, let me tell you.
Well, Le Duc comes from the old French title rank of Duke or Duke in England, in English, sorry. But the real Duchess of this point, an amazing grab from Legenhager, but then just got absolutely denied by that big wingspan. And Van Wijk finishing us off well. I have to say, Sarah, the belief has truly expired for Hot Mess Express's campaign. It's nice to get to feature them on our live stream, but this is not their day, and Jetset are definitely, well, I mean, I say that, I don't want to curse it. Of course, we have seen Belgian teams have pretty big and important leads in championship bracket matches be overturned. Let's see if there can be an injection of energy from the side stack of Hot Mess Express. Nice break around, just trailing, but what a fabulous recovery that was. Great stuff from Hostetler, and then Lucia's hit to the back corner, but just swing and a miss. Sarah Steiger unable to get there.
Hot Mess Express, though, have really been putting their bodies on the line. We've seen some fantastic grabs as well, and it's just not converting. It just feels like so hard when you're giving your absolute everything to not even see it on the scoreboard come back.
Indeed. Well, as we already said, they are a very young team. We can certainly expect as these players develop over the course of their playing careers, and as a team together, as we get to have a look at some prowess on defense. You said it, Sarah, these Hot Mess Express players are really flinging themselves around. Now it's Deuce. Has a bit of initiation, but doesn't quite like it. Polmeyer. No throw from the knees this time. Threatens the inside, but has an easy Deuce to hit. Plenty of separation on that break side, but she can't see it. Nearly the drop, but well recovered by Hostetler, and just posts it through the letterbox to Cynthia Deuce. And that will at long last be the first hold for Hot Mess in the second half.
You saw Dove get the disc, and then her receiver in the end zone in an
leaf out of the lamp playbook, I think, in terms of late game energy. That one loss that Jetset LUV had earlier on in the tournament, of course, they were up 2-0, then 4-0 over Lamp with Jetset, and then at 6-5 and then 6-6, Lamp just took the game completely out of their hands. So have they matured enough over the course of the tournament, or are Hot Mess Express going to start to get their tickets to the comeback train? Nice rapid pace and flow. Jetset keeping the disc moving comfortably. Meisel on the far sideline, but no one delivering too much of a deep cut. Great chase down from Stefan. Van Heerven. Now through. Verdeyen here in the evening sun. Has Meisel. Oh, slinky inside shot, but perfectly weighted backhand. Can she get it the second time? No, it just slipped out of her fingertips as she tried to make the catch.
Also could be possible that the sun over there is kind of shining the brightest in that corner as it just dinks off the hands. You actually see that Hot Mess, some have done a complete switch. Their O-line is now coming up on defense and their D-line went out on offense. So this could be a bit more commendable flow for Hot Mess.
Stefan pops it round. Mulebach. And just sailing through. All quiet on this beachfront. We are finding some energy though. That's a great read from Katrin Vendrich. Thinks about the chuck, has the lead up line to Legenhager. Oh, what a beautiful throw, but it just catches the breeze as it emerges on the side that the tents are not covering, Sarah.
It's the same thing I mentioned earlier. These cuts deep have to be coming from the left-hand side of the field. These throws need a bit more inside flick to it to get the wind to knock it flat. I just think your brain's not completely functioning when you're 45 minutes into a really tough game.
Well, it has been a great campaign for Hot Mess Express. Started in the 24th spot, but this to guarantee an improvement of seed for Jetset to smash their way into the top 16. Oh, that's a beautiful throw from Van Weyck. Can she run it down for the layout? No, just a touch too far in front again. And we are going to get Verdeyen calling in a day for her action on this point. An injury substitution.
Yeah, that just took the wind out of her sails, really, really close. Oh, and quite hard landing. Arms underneath, hands in the tummy. Yeah, I don't blame her for taking an injury.
Well, this point continues. We're now at a total of 3 turnovers. 2 for Jetset, 1 for Hot Mess Express. And Hot Mess, when we had those sloppy sections of play in the first half, did come out on the better side of things. So in the late stages, starting to give themselves some potential hope. Mulebach around to Van Drich. Now Legenhager. This is solid work, but just the slip through the fingers, a clap of doom for Serenas. Meisel looking to get it done, has Silke de la Fortry, of course, one of the best people to read the disc, but doesn't quite have the legs to get under it. Jetset so close to the end. Because, of course, we have had the time cap go. This is one's running well over. Already 3 minutes past the post. Meisel sending it to the end zone, and it's Van Weyck with the goal. And I think we might get one more, Sarah, at the very least.
Yeah, time cap went in that point. So it will be a game to 12. This would be quite the comeback if Hot Mess can figure out what to do.
I mean, I love a crazy comeback. Don't know about you, Sparks.
I'm sure that the whole of all of the viewers watching would also love a crazy comeback. I would love a crazy comeback. We've got a lovely crowd now forming in front of us. They would love a crazy comeback.
Indeed. Well, this is the penultimate round of play. We still have one more to go. Of course, we're on the Western European time zone here in Portimão, so it's 6:30 for the majority of our Ultimate fans who will be watching this one. Not having to do that sneaky thing that you might do at work of having the live stream on your phone under your desk.
What are you on about? I've never done that at work. No. What are you saying, honey?
The best thing about remote work life, I think, is the fact that you can just have yourself on a Teams call and just have it on a big screen in the background. And, you know, of course, Ultimate players, generally speaking, none of us professional athletes, and a lot of very talented, very intelligent humans with very important jobs that I'm sure they wouldn't shirk off to watch a game of Beach Ultimate. But of course, this coverage is free, both live and on demand, for your enjoyment. We have lots of love in the live chat. Shout out to Danda Murray and Joe White in the live chat, giving some love to Jetset. Hot Mess slinging it to the sideline, but can't hang on. Hafter perhaps a little cold. So this for the game. Van Damme pops it back to Leduc. Oh, a lefty high release backhand. I'm not sure that was quite in, but Coyne will throw the assist anyway. Fantastic work. A break for Jetset. And that, I do believe, will finish us off. It is going to be the ladies from Leuven going through to the quarterfinals, Sarah.
Yeah, I think that was well deserved from Jetset. It was a bit of a shaky start. Definitely thought, ooh, especially when it was only 3-3 and 20 minutes had passed. Wasn't quite sure what was going to happen, but you just saw that Jetset managed to find some focus, really click on defense, get some huge blocks, and I do think they are the worthy winners today.
Well, it was a real grind through these last couple of points. Some nice clean breaks in there for Jetset where they were able to get it done, but they are going to have to spend plenty of time this evening going over, reviewing the tape and figuring out their game plan. Of course, they do have Inel Ankrit alongside to coach them through here on the sands at the World Beach Ultimate Club Championships. Fantastic effort from Hot Mess Express. Those shortened lines definitely did hurt them a little bit extra though, Sarah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you kind of saw the energy from Hot Mess Express did deplete a little bit, but I do think they gave it absolutely everything all the way to the end, never gave up, had faith in each other. And as you see, just, I think actually of the 18 turns in the Jetset game, they were probably all in the first 20 minutes.
But the break chances, I think, is probably the biggest thing. As you say, the 18 turnovers, but only 9 points those were hustled in. So they were a little bit cleaner than Hot Mess Express. But we're going to go down to a sideline interview with the victors.
Jetset LUV after their victory. They're moving forward, moving on to the quarterfinal. How does it feel to win an elimination game here at the World Championships?
It's incredible. We didn't really think about that so far in the competition. So like the excitement that we feel now, I think is like even better because it's a surprise.
Hot Mess Express were really tight at the start of the game. Score was, they stayed tight. It's one of those games maybe the score doesn't reflect, but talk about how hard they played it. It really seemed like a bigger fight than the scoreline reflected.
Yeah, in the very beginning they started super strong. They had layouts everywhere. They were never losing the disc. So it seemed really hard for us because we actually didn't face a team so far in the competition that was so good on catching discs, like any discs. Also the wind is quite different in this field. It was very strong, so we weren't used to it, and at the beginning we had a lot of throwaways. So yeah, it looked really like a very tough game to come. But then yeah, we managed to have our main strength, which is being together and like being there for each other, and I think that's what reversed the game.
Amazing. Moving forward now, you guys going into the brackets. Where's your mindset? What's your mentality as you go game to game in eliminations now?
Yeah, we never think of like 2 games ahead. It's impossible. Basically, I think now we haven't even thought about tomorrow. We're like just enjoying and having a nice evening, and then tomorrow is another day. We're gonna focus on that tonight, probably after dinner or something.
Okay, well, go enjoy your evening. Have a nice sleep, have a nice rest, and good luck tomorrow. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Well, some of the games here in the women's elimination play are still ongoing. Certainly lots of eyes on the Lamp Fabulous match, which is currently at 9-8 to see who might end up on this side of the bracket with Jetset LUV. But we can confirm, Sarah, they will be facing up against Caceres tomorrow in quarterfinals as this Belgian team. I mean, we know that the Valencia women are very strong indeed, but let's take a look at the highlights from this match.
If this is not a highlight reel of Maïwenn Leduc's multiple blocks, I will be disappointed, but we will obviously see the fantastic catches from Hot Mess Express as well. Great catch there from De La Forterie. The smackdown D from Wijk.
But I think probably just those clutch grabs and making the disc do some of the harder work, I think, was part of the winning formula for Jetset. They showed their veteran experience. Of course, Peter's a big part of it, but I mean, I still remember, Sarah, De La Forterie just getting out of the way of the ball that the wind was pushing towards her. You just can't replace that wisdom on a pitch, and on beach, being able to read the disc that little bit better does give you some dividends. But here we go, the Maïwenn Leduc highlight plays, hand blocks, layout blocks. Fantastic work from Hot Mess Express though to hang on here, hanging tough in the sand. They will have to settle for playing for 17th spot as a maximum time cap, but 17th in the world is still pretty cool. But this one will finish us off here on the sands. Jetset LUV sailing through to quarterfinals, 12-5 over Hot Mess Express.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.
You wanna go back to a place where we can hide.